I had the honor to spend 24 hours with one of the fittest men on planet Earth. In fact, he was fittest man in the Netherlands twice. He made it to the CrossFit Games, which is just incredibly difficult to even just qualify for. And he shares with us what kind of mindset you need to make it to the top 1% as an athlete, but also how everybody benefits from learning how to be disciplined. It's one of the key skills that we get to learn as human beings if we want to live an extraordinary life. You're about to watch a 60-minute masterclass on discipline, on mental strength, and I would say without further ado, here's Jeremy Reijnders. I don't know why I did that, but cheers. Wherever you are, cheers. Enjoy this episode. We spent an entire day together. He took me through one of his workouts. I was dying. Pretty much we had an ice bath and then we recorded this episode right afterwards. And yeah, enjoy. You destroyed me today. The first question is, how did I do? Be honest.
No. You did great. And I think you did exactly what you needed to do. Didn't do anything more than you should. I think this was just a good session.
Yeah. I stopped at the end just because I knew I will be sore tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to, not train my ego, but train my body.
No, and you did that. That was good.
And I was surprised that I could just do still double unders and rope climbs. I mean, my hands are completely gone.
Yeah.
But I felt really good. I guess my starting point would be your starting point. How did the entire thing, like CrossFit, start for you?
Mm-hmm. All right. So I was always very active as a kid. I did soccer and judo when I grew up. And then at some point I had to choose like either just soccer or just judo. And I choose for judo. And I did that from until I was from when I was 4 until I was 20 years old. So 16 years of judo. I did that competitively as well, lots of national and international competitions. I was like in the national Dutch project to like eventually get to the Olympics.
Oh,
I mean, that was the goal. But then I've been doing it for a very long time. Like I was been doing it for 16 years. And then I've stumbled upon some YouTube videos of like Rich Froning, like doing CrossFit workouts. And it just looked very cool. And then in my little hometown, a little CrossFit box opened. And they put up this challenge. It was like, we're going to do this workout on Saturday. It's like 100 push-ups, 100 pull-ups, 100 squats, and 100 sit-ups. It was called NG. I was like, well, I'm going to just try it out and try to do this CrossFit thing a little bit on the side to get better in judo. So I did it, and then every once in a while in the weekend, either on Saturday or Sunday, next to my judo trainings, I would do a CrossFit class because I thought it wouldn't hurt my judo performance. Mm-hmm. I'll do some more strength training. But then slowly but surely, I was doing an extra CrossFit training session. And then also because I've been doing judo for so long, and it was very rigid. Like it was very tough in a way that you had to come to this training at this time. You had to be this training this time. You could only skip your training sessions if either somebody died in your family or you would be very sick. But I was also doing school at the same time. It was very stressful, and sometimes I just wasn't feeling it, and I still had to go. And I didn't really enjoy it anymore. And I did enjoy CrossFit. So eventually, I remember like on a Friday night, I had a talk with my coach. I said like, I'm done. Like, I want to stop doing my judo career, even though it was going fairly well, I would say. And then I remember the next day, Saturday morning, I hopped on my bike to the CrossFit box, and then literally the next day I started my my CrossFit journey. And I basically put that same like top sport mindset I created in my judo career like into the CrossFit. But now the CrossFit was like free. Like I could go to the gym whenever I wanted. There were so many movements and so many things to learn, and like every day was different. And then I was running and I was rowing, I was climbing ropes, I was walking on my hands, I was lifting weights, and it was just very fun to first just learn all the movements. But it took me a long time to learn all the movements.
Did you already start with the mindset, like, I want to be the fittest man in the Netherlands, I want to go to the CrossFit Games? Was that already like on your mind, or did you were competitive?
I mean, I've always been very, very competitive, and
I can tell.
yeah, and I like doing competition. So like there were some like I remember I joined like the competition within your CrossFit box. There's like a box competition, so I did that. I really enjoyed it, and there was then there was this little competition in the neighborhood, and I did that. But I didn't go in with a plan like I want to be the best. I started it really because I just really enjoyed doing it and really trying to get better.
Did you have to learn all the movements?
Yes.
I assume, right? Like,
yeah. There was a couple of movements I did in judo. Like, for example, in my judo, after my judo practice, we often would do like rope climbs or a pegboard. It's like when you climb in with these things. And of course, we would have, in the judo practice, we've done some push-ups and some sit-ups and some basic stuff. But all the lifting was very, very new to me. I remember like I was so stiff because I did soccer and judo, and I've never did a single stretch in my whole life. Like I had to do overhead squats, and I remember going to the class together with my sister, like my younger sister. Like she's like not muscular, and I mean, and she's just a normal. I mean, she was fit, but I remember we had to do overhead squats. And I was standing with a PVC, like a wooden stock, and I couldn't do it. And then my sister was doing the overhead squats with like 30, 40 kilos, like easily. I was like, oh man, I felt so embarrassed and ashamed. So I would say CrossFit is a very humble sport.
Yes, I can tell. The first time I went to a CrossFit class, well, the first time I did really well, but then I got so hooked because for the first time I was like, wow, it's so much more fun when you train with other people together. Yeah. When you do it together, and you have like a bit of competition, but also it's competition, but you support each other at the same time, you know? But then, the second time I went, like, I think 90% of all the girls in the class beat me. I was like, how's this possible? Yeah. And
like those girls are strong.
Yes.
Like, they're strong. Like a lot of girls are stronger than most of the guys.
Yeah, definitely. Also today when we went to the CrossFit gym, like I was like, they are stronger than me. And that's incredible. But how did you end up being so successful in the sport? That's the question. How did you get there? Was it just like step by step? You just wanted to become better every single time? What would you say is the key difference between a person like you who makes it as a pro and people who do CrossFit just, every now and then?
Yeah, I think for me, it went a little bit step by step. So like I said, I started with my local CrossFit box in-box competition. Then I did like a local competition. And then I saw, well, this is a little bit bigger competition now, so I want to try and qualify for that. And then from there, I was like, oh, there's a European competitions as well. I'm like, oh, I wanna qualify for that as well. And when you do the CrossFit Open, you know what the Open is?
I do. CrossFit Open is like an open competition
like
where everyone can join, sign up for. You do it online. Yeah. You can either just do it for fun, or you can like compete, see the scores of others, right? Yeah. So it's like a worldwide competition.
Yeah, and it's very cool to see like your world. I mean, for some people it's not cool, but for some people, but I really love seeing. I was like 150,000 worldwide, and then I was like 50,000 in Europe, and I was like, I don't know, like 40, 100 or 40 or 50, 100 places. I can't really remember in the Netherlands. So I was like, oh, cool. And then the next year I did it again. I was like, and I got a little bit better. And then it's just very nice to see, because CrossFit is very numbers based, and you just know, like, I mean, in most cases, you just know I lift more weights or more weight, or I run a faster 5K, or I can do more pull-ups. So it's just very satisfying every time you can do like a little bit more reps, because you can literally see your progress. Like, for example, when I did judo, it's very hard to like sometimes measure your progress, whether you're getting better or not. And sometimes a throw could feel better, or it would succeed more often, but it's not very, you
can't track your progress.
Yeah, you can really track it. So that was nice. But I think coming back to the question of why I got so successful, so mainly just taking it step by step, and of course enjoying the process, and just really trying to take my time and really try to do things right. Like, I mean, I've hit the wall too many times that I just wanted to get more and more weight, and then every time you realize that's not the way to do it. Like, you need to properly learn the techniques. You want to do everything the right way, and then, like, whenever people do workouts, and you have to do 5 rounds of like 15 reps, and some people in class, when they're competing, they're like, well, I want to be faster than the other person, so I'm just do like 13 reps. Like
people do that?
No, I've never done that.
Yeah.
No. Like, I am like, there's a couple things I'm very bad at. Counting my double unders, something I just do 10 reps too little, 10 reps too many. But I would say, like, making sure you do things right, and you stay very humble, and you don't look what's on the bar, or how much weight other people are doing, and just really stick to your own capacities is one of the key factors to get better. But first of all, you really need to just enjoy what you're doing. Like, as long as you enjoy what you're doing, you'll keep on doing it. If you surround yourself with people who are like-minded, because I think that's also one of the main things why I get better, because I first lived in a very small city. Then I went to a little bit bigger city, and then I saw the best people from the Netherlands. I saw they went to the CrossFit Games, and they were training in Amsterdam, and I had an opportunity to work there. But at the same time, I also had an opportunity to become head coach of the box where I was coaching. So then I had to make the choice, like, do I choose for the career of, like, become a good coach and, like, get this nice position here, or do I just settle or really go for being an athlete and trying to find like-minded people who are better than you? And then I made the choice to move to Amsterdam and train with the people who I thought were better than me. And I eventually did, and they learned me a lot of things, and eventually I ended up making a team with them. And now they're really good friends of mine. I went and we made it to the CrossFit Games as a team 3 times eventually.
For the people who don't know what the CrossFit Games are, how would you describe it? It's like the World Cup.
Yeah, it's like the World Championships.
Yeah, like Champions League for people who watch football.
Yeah.
Because every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Champions League. So going there is a pretty big deal. Everyone wants to go. Hundreds of thousands of people. Basically, that's when you, like, how many people start, and then a couple hundreds make it to the games, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so you surrounded yourself with people who were better than you.
Yeah.
So again, probably pretty humbling, no?
Yeah, again, humbling. Yeah, of course. And then you still have to stay in your own lane and just, I mean, it's very nice if people can push you. If they're just a little bit faster than you and they can do everything just a little bit better, like, you're like, shit, like, I need to work on this. And they're like, or I was like, okay, I think I'm finished with my training now. And then like, well, let's do another workout. I'm like, oh fuck, another workout. All right, okay, let's go, let's do it. But like, if you're with other people who are like just complaining and just and only do the bare minimum, like then even if you want to do more, like you'll be very likely to end up doing the same.
Yeah. So basically, would you say it's like fair to say your surrounding helped you a lot?
Yes.
Yeah. And also one point that I want to mention is I've noticed in my life that the more I can ask for help, the more I can say, hey, I am not good at this, I need help with this, the better I get, the more successful I get in every aspect of my relationship.
Yeah.
Whether it's of my life, whether it's my relationships, business, everywhere, just to say like, hey, I'm not good at this, let's get someone who is.
Exactly.
I don't have to do everything myself, but for such a long time I had this like, oh, I have to do it myself, I have to learn it, I can't, like I can't outsource it.
Yeah.
And like also in relationships, I think it's a man thing. I think women are better at this, to just say like, hey, can you please help me with this?
Yeah. I think men just still in general maybe have a little bit of a bigger ego that they find it very hard to put that aside.
Yeah, to ask for help.
Ask for help.
Yeah. In what way do you think that's also one of the reasons why you are like a vegan competitor or like vegan in general, that you have I always wonder, 80% of all vegans are female. I don't know where they get the data from, but apparently also in my like personal experience, I'm like more 95 people, probably. Percent. Why do you think is that? Is it the ego? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's also still a big part of like they've done a very good job of promoting eating meat is a manly thing to do, like drink of eat meat and be a man, whatever the slogans were. So yeah, I think that's of course there will always still be a little bit of a cultural thing in there, and a lot of guys will innate struggle to like put their ego aside and just don't believe that they still can be a man and still and just eat plants and put all the meat and the dairy aside. But one of the reasons I think I also succeeded in my CrossFit career is I was always looking for ways to get better. Like everybody trains hard, but like the real gains or the real gains are made in, I would say, in all of the small things. So I was always also very interested in food and eating healthy. I would start just with making these smoothies and trying to find some superfoods, and then eventually a friend of mine who started a plant-based protein company, he said like, yo Jer, like plant-based eating is gonna be the future. Like you have to watch this documentary Forks Over Knives. And I was like, yeah, right. Like whatever. Because at the time I was one of the biggest meat eaters, like my favorite meal was always to go for unlimited spare ribs, or I would eat a whole chicken, or whenever I would go for sushi and eat unlimited amount of sushi, like the biggest amount. And my breakfast was always like eggs and bacon. And then for lunch, it was like chicken with rice cakes or chicken and rice and broccoli. But I was trying to eat healthy, and I thought those things were healthy. And you can still perform well on those things. But after I actually gave it a go, watching the documentary Forks Over Knives, and then I got really intrigued by it, and started to, I think I had to like really convince myself before even starting thinking about it. So I think I watched like all the documentaries there are. I read the books, I read articles. I think my favorite one was the book How Not to Die from Dr. Michael Greger. And then I was like, well, I'm gonna just give it a go for 1 or 2 weeks, see how I feel, and then we'll go from there.
How did you feel?
I felt amazing. I feel like I had more energy. I was less sore from my workouts. I felt like I could handle more volume and actually add an extra training session in my week, because normally I would always be like sore for like 2 or 3 days. I would be very sore and tired. And I was like, maybe I was sore for like only maximum like 1 day. So I felt a big difference. So that was for me, in the beginning, like my main reason why I started eating plant-based, just trying to be a better athlete. Like I thought, if I'm doing this and nobody else is doing it, then I'm going to be a better athlete than everyone else, because everybody's training hard. But if I can make a little bit of a difference by eating different than everybody else, then hopefully over time I will be a better athlete.
Did you have any concerns about like losing your muscles?
Yeah, of course. But that's why I did all of the digging of the information, watching the documentaries, the books and articles to answer all those questions. And all of my questions were answered. And so I was like, great, then if all my questions are answered now, then I'll just do it.
For how many years now?
Now it's been for over 7 years.
Over 7 years. I want to know what people tell you, like if you go to a CrossFit box, right?
Yeah.
And you do a workout, and at some point people find out that you're plant-based. It's not that, you run around with like, hey, I'm vegan. It's just
they
like,
know.
At some point they know. What do they say? Is it like...
Well, I think I've been very fortunate with the people around me. Some people were just genuinely interested, and I've actually, but I think also because I was already I was getting a pretty good athlete, so there weren't many people who were performing better than I was. So then when they would say, well, but are you not afraid that you're gonna lose your gains or like not perform well, when I was already like better than they were. So I don't think, maybe that was one of the reasons I didn't have a lot of negative interactions. Actually, a lot of people just respected my choice. And in the beginning, I was like, they were thinking, okay, yeah, well, whatever, this probably will pass. But then after like a couple months, I was still doing it. Then I think they just know like, okay, well, that's just what he does. He's still my friend. And they actually try now always. They're like, well, I'll make sure we'll go over here. And I know they have a vegan option, or they buy some stuff for me. Like, I don't want them to do that. Like, I hate it when people just have to go out of their ways because of my lifestyle options. But they're happy to do it. And people were actually, for me, I experienced it in a very good way.
Here's what I usually do. I don't tell them that we go to vegan places. And then the entire menu, I just had it recently. I took a friend out, not like a friend of the family. He's already in his 60s, I think, but still like really alive, So I took him to a restaurant, didn't tell him anything. And at the end of our time together, he said like, "Wow, this is really good. I have to come more often. But I also want to get a coffee." And then he asked for milk. He's like, "Sorry, we only. What kind of milk do you have? Like cashew?" I'm like, "Yeah, they don't have cow's milk. It's a vegan place." He was like, "That's vegan? That's so cool. I gotta tell my niece. What is it called? She's also vegan. She would love that place." I just want to know, why aren't there more athletes, especially in like the top 20? If it makes such a major difference.
Yeah, well, they're slowly popping up. That's slowly popping up because actually, the fittest woman in the Netherlands at the moment, she has also been vegan for a very long time, and then the other fittest woman from like last year, like different, was also vegan for many years. I know in Germany actually as well.
Yeah, I remember there was last year really like there was a story that I read that 3 of the top,
I think
all the winners, they all of them were
like
vegan.
the numbers 1, 2, and 3. I think they were all
vegan.
vegan.
Exactly.
In the CrossFit scene.
Yeah.
And also like I know James Newberry. I don't know if you know him. He also was one of the top world class athletes.
That's true. Yeah.
And he's also vegan. So they're slowly popping up.
But I still see this like almost like a clash, you know, like you gotta eat your bacon, you gotta, especially in the CrossFit.
Yeah, the CrossFit scene is very meat based, I would say.
Yeah.
Like the culture in CrossFit is very, like they even promote like eat meat, your vegetables, and they have like this whole slogan, but like meat is the first word they'll teach you.
And what do you think helps to how can we get more men involved? I want to understand the reasons why there is this like 80-20.
Yeah.
Is it the empathy, and especially like for you training with athletes, coaching athletes? If you coach a client and, you know, like what are they asking?
Yeah, so I usually never like say that I'm vegan. Most people know, but once it becomes a topic, and I only tell them if they ask me questions. Like
same.
what like just when you become vegan, some people think they've seen the light and they want to tell everyone, but those people are just very annoying. Like I was for a couple of weeks, I think I was one of those people too.
Been there, done that.
But it's like it's just you feel like you realize you're out of the matrix, or you're in the matrix, and you just see the world differently. But that was only when I switched from just eating plant-based and actually to going to a vegan lifestyle. Like for me, it was when I saw like the speech of Gary Yourofsky. It was a very harsh speech, but for me, it did the trick. I don't know if you ever heard about it. Yeah. So that's when I also decided to like not just eat plant-based for performance, but just eat fully vegan, and also try to live a vegan lifestyle, not buying leather and all those kind of things, and made that decision. But when I give people advice, like for me, what I'm just trying to do is like I'm trying to be the best athlete there is, and then hopefully people will be inspired by, if he can do it on a plant-based diet and he's the best of the Netherlands, then there isn't any reason for me to not give it a go. And that's what I'm just trying to do. Like hopefully by my actions and by my performance, showing that it is possible. I'm not saying like it is impossible just eating on an animal-based diet as well. No, not at all. I'm just trying to show people like it is possible. Eating a plant-based diet, you can be healthy, you can thrive, and be a phenomenal athlete.
I think the first step is like, for most people, is just adding more plants to their diet.
Yeah,
that's at least how it started for me. To just eat more fruits, more vegetables, and you will already feel a lot better.
Yeah, and I would highly suggest not going vegan, like going from one day over to the other day, like overnight. I mean, for some people works, but I think the best way is to, if you have oatmeal in the morning with your normal milk, just maybe switch it for some almond milk or some oat milk or whatever. And like just start with some very small changes from like week to week. Because I would say that will be the most sustainable way of creating change in your diet.
Yeah, and so many dishes are already vegan. Like you just like change a couple of things. So I don't think it's ever overnight? Because you've been eating a lot of like vegan dishes
Yes.
for a long time. There's just like, maybe there is butter or maybe there is milk. Instead of, you change one ingredient and the whole dish is already vegan.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that you just start eating like foods, like completely different foods.
No.
You just change a couple ones. My book, my first ever book, maybe this is happening for you, not to you, is available for pre-order right now. Behind the scenes, for the last 2 years, I've been working on this project, on this book. I put my heart into it. I put my best lessons that I've learned from facing death into this book. Not just my lessons, also the best lessons about life that I've learned from interviewing some of the greatest minds on planet Earth. It's available at your fingertips. It's available for pre-ordering. Pre-ordering is incredibly important for me. I'm going to be very honest with you. Why would you pre-order a book? For me and the movement. I wrote this book to serve, to help others. I know the story. I know our videos literally save lives. And so pre-ordering really helps this mission. Since you're doing me a favor and the movement a favor, I want to do you a favor, okay? So whoever pre-orders the book gets bonuses worth hundreds of euros. You get an entire day of coaching with me, where you transform together with me, your body, your mind, your soul, your finances. And as always, I won't hold back. I give you the tools that you need to transform. Whatever thought, whatever idea, whatever dream you have, you desire, and take that into reality.
Yeah, and people think it's very hard, and it might be in the beginning just to get out of your comfort zone and look up a vegan dish. But for me, if I speak for myself, for me, a whole new world like opened up of like in terms of different flavors, dishes, things I could eat. Like I was like flabbergasted. Like there were so many dishes I've never eaten in my whole life.
Should I tell you a secret?
Well, yeah.
Before I went vegan, I didn't know what hummus was. No, I'm not kidding. I didn't know what hummus was. I've never eaten turmeric in my entire life. Never eaten like things like avocado. Most of the vegetables I've never seen. So if anything, I'm eating like, I have more options now than before.
Yeah, 100%. And like things like Indian curries and all those type of stuff, I would say, especially in the Netherlands, I really wasn't exposed to that type of food. And yeah, I would say there is a lot of options. There are so many options, and they do taste good because they use so many spices and herbs. Like, yeah, it can be amazing.
Let's get back to your journey. Once you started training with better athletes. At some point, you caught up. Would you say? Yeah. I mean, obviously you did. You caught up. How was it for you to make it to the games, to the Champions League? Like, how did you feel? Just realizing that you made it to the top.
I don't know. It feels very surreal. Like whenever, so I became fittest of the Netherlands twice, and I remember the first time becoming it, I was like, it's so weird to think like that you're the best in the Netherlands. Like you just can't comprehend it, because you see like on a competition, you see so many athletes and you think like they're all trying to get better, but nobody like did it as good as I did. So I would say it's a very weird feeling. Like you can't really describe it, but I would say I was just doing my thing. I was just training. I was enjoying the process, and yeah, I was just trying to focus on my own strengths and weaknesses and just trying to get better one day at a time.
So I think the first time you went to the games, it was as a team, right?
Yeah. So I've been to the CrossFit Games 3 times, and every time was on a team.
Do you have the goal to do it as an individual as well?
Yeah. So only since last year, I switched from doing only team competitions like year after year after year. And now my goal is to just do individual competitions and see what my potential is as an individual.
Is it more difficult for you to do individual than team?
I would say it is more difficult as an individual to get to the games as it is on a team. I mean, trust me, it's still very, very, very hard to make it to the games on a team. Like very hard. I would say going as an individual, might be a little bit harder.
I think when you just I saw it in your eyes how hard it is, and I know how much you're training. But take us through like a normal day of training for the games to just qualify in terms of schedule.
I would say CrossFit Games athletes, like they train in a week. I would say they train 6 days a week. 5 of those days, I would say they always have 2 to 3 training sessions a day, and then 1 training session. If I would just make an example of a day, they'll usually start. I mean, I usually start with. I'd like to start with like a cardio session. So I would say your first training session is a big cardio session of like 60 to 90 minutes. Then you have your lunch. And then in the afternoon you do like a big strength piece. You do some Olympic weightlifting, some powerlifting, some gymnastics, and then you might do another couple workouts. And then some people will still split that up like into 2 sessions as well. But I would say on average they would train like 4 to 6 hours a day. And maybe like the top level athletes, they'll get like 6 to 8 hours a day. But like that also includes like doing all the mobility, you're stretching, you're warming up, you're cooling down. All those things also take a lot of time. So they do that 5 days a week, and then one day they'll have usually more of an active recovery kind of day. Usually like you train Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and on Thursday you do like an active recovery kind of day where it's only in a cardio session. Or usually people do like a lot of, they do that swimming session, or just like some zone 2 biking for like 60 minutes to just get the muscles in the joints a little bit of rest. And then Friday, Saturday, it will be 2 big training days ago. And then on Sunday, it's complete rest.
So it's basically a full-time job.
Yeah, it's a full-time job.
And then usually you have another job as well, right? Because
and then most athletes still have another job on the side, because it's actually very hard to make a living out of CrossFit, because it's not supported by the government in a way. Like it's not an Olympic sport, so you don't get funds. So you have to try and get money from like sponsors or winning competitions, but that's only laid out for a few. I would say not a lot of people manage to make a living out of the CrossFit career. So most people really do it just because they love the game. So a lot of people still need to like coach on the side, and like it is tough. Like I would say, like, I mean, obviously I only know CrossFit, but I would say CrossFit might be one of the toughest sports like out there, or at least it's up there.
I can imagine that there are sessions where you don't feel like doing it, even though you love the sport. But you know, CrossFit has like a lot of things you need to be good at. You need to be a good swimmer, good on the bike, good with barbells, gymnastic. Like there's so many things. There must be something you don't enjoy.
Yes.
For most people, it's running.
I actually really enjoy running.
Same.
Like, it's actually one of my favorite things. But of course, there are always days I'm like, I'm sore, I'm tired, my body hurts. I'm like, I already did a 2-hour training session. I have to do another 2 hours training session. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, I really would be just laying on the couch right now. But like, I mean, you always have those days, but most of the time I'm really enjoying what I'm doing.
What are you doing then? You just like...
I mean, then it really comes down to your why, of course. I remember why you do it. and why you're gonna put yourself through this. So I would say having a clear why and even writing it down can be very helpful in those moments. Like just being clear about why you're doing what you're doing, so you can always fall back on that. That will really help you push through in those moments, because those moments will come like 100%, like more often than not.
What would you tell the average person who just trains because they want to stay fit? They say, like, I often hear that question and just talking about motivation in general. What do you do when you don't feel like motivated to exercise, to train, to?
I think it's like building a habit, building a routine, of course, because I think it's very good to train on certain times, certain days, ideally with like-minded people who are going to be saying, "Yo, Jay, where you at?" Like it's 5 minutes in, but like, why you're late? Or like, it's raining, but they're going, and you're like, fuck, they're going, so I have to go too. Like, but if you're just all on your own, it's like it's gonna be so much harder to still get it done. So we're getting back to surrounding yourself with like-minded people, and getting your why clear.
You said something interesting there. You said building a habit.
Yeah.
And I recently had that conversation. Someone asked me, like just a friend, I took him to the gym. We did ice bath, sauna, basically what we just did, you know, some man time. Yeah. Another vegan friend, vegan male, it's always like that. And he asked me, like, how do you motivate yourself to go to the gym like 6 times a week? I really struggle with that. And I was like, wait a minute, what? How do I motivate myself? I don't. It's just part of my life.
Yeah.
I love doing it.
Yeah.
Yes, not every day the same way. Like, there are days where I feel like really I want to go today. And there are days where I feel like, oh, okay, I'm going. I know I feel better afterwards. But I don't have to motivate myself because it's already a habit.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just part of my life. Like, brushing teeth is part of my life. You just do it. I think there is obviously when you don't feel well, like when you had a bad night of sleep, or well, maybe not for you as an athlete. I think you have to train anyways. But you know, for the average person, when you're sick, when you don't feel well, you rest, obviously. But I think we need to change that conversation about motivation into something like, hey, it's okay if you don't feel motivated. You don't always have to feel motivated. So don't wait for it. Often the first step is the most difficult one. Yeah. Often the most difficult step is to, dress up, get your bag, get out of the house and drive to the gym.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I'm so happy I did that.
Yeah.
And
then you don't even have to do something. Like, even if you just go there for like 10 minutes on whatever, just building the routine of going to the gym, that's the most important part. And that's also something I really try to remember myself. Like, not every day has to be perfect. You rather want to be able to stack a lot of good days, like just a good training session. Wasn't a perfect training session, but and not beating yourself up about it. Like, stacking lots of good days over occasional great days will, for the long term, be so much better and so much more sustainable. Because by doing for long times things just good will make you, of course, eventually be great at it.
And best case, that was my second point. Best case, finding something that you truly, genuinely enjoy. Yeah. Like, if you don't enjoy, I think many people go to the gym and they don't enjoy it. No. They genuinely don't enjoy it and just do it because everyone is doing it. Yeah. And there are so many sports, whether it's CrossFit or recently I discovered paddle. Yeah, paddle tennis. It's so much fun. Yeah. And then I do that, and it doesn't feel like, just talking about it excites me. I don't have to motivate myself to like go there and play, because like I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think everyone should try to find something that they just also truly enjoy. And I see many people today when we did the session, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so much more fun to exercise with people than to train alone. I can, but honestly, I don't enjoy doing those hardcore cardio session, high intensity training alone. I just don't.
No.
I do high intensity workouts for my health.
Yeah.
But it's never fun when I do it alone.
No,
it's
never.
always fun
Yeah.
when I do it with others.
Exactly.
So finding a sport also where you are connected with people, I think that's one of the main reasons why so many people get hooked on CrossFit.
Yeah.
The community.
Exactly. Yeah.
People who cheer you on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're like me as a coach, like I don't care about how much weight is on the bar, how much reps you're doing. All I care about is like if I'm just as my coach, like all I care is if you just showing up and giving your best effort, and then people will cheer you on, and people like everybody's going through the same workout, so you really feel that you do feel connected, because you both, even though one person might be lifting 100 kilos and other person lifting an empty barbell, they're still doing the same movement and they're still getting the same stimulus, and the work will be just as hard for the pro as for the regular member. And because of that, I think it really creates a community where people just want each other to be better. And it's just nice to work out together, like, and just be with people who want to like lift you up, and also everybody is still there from themselves. Everybody wants to be better and just get fitter for themselves. But I think in the CrossFit scene, it's really nice where the community and you're just doing things together instead of being alone in a gym with your headphones on and just going through some basic workout.
But I find it really interesting because I see that in many different aspects of life. Also when especially hard things, for me they become easy. Ice bath.
Yeah.
It's so much easier for me to do it when I'm with people, when I can talk. I almost don't feel like I'm doing something like tough right now. When I can make a joke, when I maybe sing or something. But alone, it's always a bit tougher.
Yeah.
So it's just something like a thought that, after all, maybe we are social creatures and we should be doing more things where we are connected to like-minded people and learn and support each other. And I think that's the beauty of CrossFit. There's many, the main reason why I don't do it regularly anymore is I think you can understand that it's like certain movements don't make much sense for me when I train for health.
Yeah.
And I don't need to do GHD sit-ups.
No. Exactly.
But that's almost in every sport. Yeah. When you do it on a competitive level, it is not just about health.
No.
Whether it's football, whether it's gymnastics or something, you sacrifice a bit of your health.
Yeah, usually doing top level sports isn't healthy, of course.
You always sacrifice a bit. Yeah. I mean, definitely.
Yeah.
You go to extreme levels. But for some people still, you can do CrossFit and do it in a healthy way. I think not. You mentioned a couple of points, but what I wanna touch on is also the mental aspect. I think that can be really interesting. When you said, "Hey, I'm switching from team." Comfortable. I also remember cheering you on the screen. You guys did really well. I think top 5 finish, right?
Yeah, last year we became 4th at the CrossFit Games.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it was.
But then to say, hey, I kind of have the intuition to go individual again. A lot of uncertainty, a lot of discomfort.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Is it that you are not scared? Is it that you, I don't know, just believe in yourself? Like, how do you deal with that kind of uncertainty?
I don't know. I feel like this achievement we had, like becoming fourth at the CrossFit Games, very close to the podium actually. It was amazing. Like we even won an event, and like it was definitely the highlight of my career. But like it was hard. Like we trained so hard for the games, and it's so difficult to get 4 like-minded people together, like, and create a team. And you still also, you don't want to just get 4 like-minded people together. You also want to enjoy those people, because you're gonna have to spend day in, day out training together, learning how to synchronize and do all these team workouts. So it's not easy to create a team. And after just doing it for so many years, I always was an individual competitor, because I did judo, very individual sport. I always still had that desire also to see like, okay, well, I also want to see where I can get just all by myself. So I think it was just for me, just more like I did that, the team competitions, and now for me that was one part of my career, and now I'm just want to step into the next. But I would say there aren't, I mean, of course there's some anxiety about it, but
aren't you scared of failing?
I mean, we all are, of course, but I think doing things you're scared of is exactly what you should be doing, of course.
I think that's the key belief in your mind that makes a difference.
Yeah.
I think you believe it's okay to be scared. And there's this quote: if you can't beat the fear, just do it scared.
Exactly.
I think that's what you do. But I also know that most people don't do that. Most people think they are not supposed to do the things that scare them. They make them feel uncomfortable. I also think when you do CrossFit, you get so good at leaving your comfort zone.
Yeah.
That this like almost trains your mind to, hey, this is uncomfortable, but we push through and we will feel so good afterwards.
Exactly. You'll feel so good afterwards. Because in every single workout, there's going to come a point you're going to be, fuck, I really want to slow down now. Everything is hurting. Yeah. My heart rate is 180. My lungs are burning. My legs are burning. Everything hurts. I just want to quit, but just learning to navigate that and then still keep going in that workout, I think teaches you a lot also for life as well. So yeah,
that's what I love about cold showers and ice baths.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's really like it's a short time frame. Yeah. You never, until today, I've been taking cold showers and doing ice baths for so many years. Until today, every single time, the 3 seconds before, there's always a bit of hesitation.
Always.
There's like, okay, I this is gonna be uncomfortable now.
Yeah.
But I get better in just doing it anyways. It goes quicker. I remember when I took my first cold shower, it took me like 30 seconds. I'm like, but no, I know. Okay, you're gonna do it anyway, so just do it immediately. Don't wait, and don't wait until you're ready, because you're never gonna be ready.
No, you're never gonna be ready.
So just freaking do it and don't waste your time, because the other side is just regret that you didn't do it.
Yeah.
Whether it's in exercise, CrossFit, or in personal life, you want to approach someone, you want to share an idea. You know, it's uncomfortable. If you don't do it, you're going to sit there and say like,
You're always going to regret the things you didn't do in life.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. Usually like it's the things you didn't do. It's the things you like, you didn't take a risk, or you didn't do the job that actually excited you, even though it was a bit more a lot more uncomfortable, less certain. I just think that this is one of the key factors why some people succeed, whatever success means, and why some people not. Because they wait for the perfect moment, and they think, oh, I feel scared, I shouldn't feel scared, so I'm just not going to do it and just stay in my comfort zone.
Yeah.
I think also that's the beauty of CrossFit.
Exactly, yeah.
Learning how to leave your comfort zone and teach your brain, hey, I am in charge.
Yeah.
And even though it's comfortable, we're going to do it and we're going to feel good afterwards. So delaying gratification.
Yeah. You will always, after a couple minutes after workout, you just know you're going to feel fine again. Nothing's going to happen. And for the rest of the day, you're going to be so proud of yourself that you actually did it, that you did push through. But that also gets easier over time because you just know how you're going to feel. And then, I mean, every workout still sucks. Like it's of course practice as well. Like every time you do it, you'll get a little bit better in it.
Yeah, there's still a painful part, like with the ice baths.
Yeah.
But like genuinely, I enjoyed the time.
Yeah.
Even though I suffer, like it's different kind of enjoyment. I know the feeling afterwards.
Yes.
I focus on that feeling. I know I get out and my body is we were just talking. Yeah. We like it's 7 p.m. We just trained for 3 hours.
Yeah. And I said on the scooter, my body feels so good. Like,
I just feel so alive, so pumped. One of, if not the last question, if we sit together in a cold ice bath in 5 years, what would you want to tell me about your achievements in those 5 years? Like, what is your next level, the next uncomfortable place you are going to?
I don't know. I really struggle with those kind of questions because
me too, but I like asking them.
Yeah, like for me, and actually I think I talked about this recently with a friend of mine. Like, as long as I enjoy doing what I'm doing, I know I'm gonna be all right. Like, because of course, if you enjoy doing what you do, you're gonna be good at it. And eventually you're going to be great at it. And if you're good or great at something, people will ask money for it. So yeah, I still haven't really figured out what I'm going to be doing after my CrossFit career. I just hope I have inspired people to show them that it is possible to become a great athlete and to thrive on a plant-based diet, because that's still the case that people like. It's getting better, of course, but it's still the case that a lot of people, a lot of my friends, they still believe like they need their chicken, they need their beef to be stronger, be healthy. But so all I hope is that if I'm in 5 years' time, I hopefully inspired some people by showing them you can thrive on life by being on a plant-based diet, eating vegan.
That was a brilliant answer. I think I definitely want to thank you for being such a good role model for so many people, especially for so many men. We need more like also vulnerable people, you know, who like understand that, you know, you don't just because we've done things a certain way for such a long time, that doesn't mean that it's the right thing, and it also doesn't mean that there is not maybe a better way of doing things.
No.
And I just want to acknowledge you for doing that, for risking. I think you are
you have to take some risks.
Yeah, you got to take some risks, and I think you're unbelievably good at leaving your comfort zone and taking risks. I think that's the main reason why you are where you are. So I want to acknowledge you for that.
Well, thank you. Thanks a lot. And thank you for being here. I love it.
We had a really good day also before the podcast. If you enjoyed this conversation, make sure to share it with a friend, maybe with someone who still believes you need your beef to look like you do. And share this episode with a family member, with a friend. And I'm excited to get some food. After training with you, I probably need like 7,000 calories. So thanks everyone for listening.